Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of x to the power of 4 equals 64. Now, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the fourth power of both sides. So we're going to take the fourth power of x to the power of x to the power of 4 as well as 64. Now, an important property of exponents is that if we have a to the power of b to the power of c, this is actually equal to a to the power of b times c. So what we're going to do over here to x to the power of x to the power of 4 to the power of 4, we're going to multiply x to the power of 4 times 4, because in this case, x to the power of 4, this is b, and 4 is c. So this would equal x to the power of x to the power of 4 times 4. And this is still equal to 64 to the power of 4. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this so that it's in the form x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4. As you can see, all I did was switch the order. Before it was x to the power of x to the power of 4 to the power of 4, and I simply switched the order of 4 and x to the power of 4, and that is completely legal. And this is still equal to 64 to the power of 4. And notice how x to the power of 4 and x to the power of 4 are the same, right? Well, I actually want to convert this equation so that it's in the form a to the power of a equals b to the power of b. Because if it is in this form, then we could just set a equal to b. So we already have x to the power of 4 to the x to the power of 4, so we already have a to the power of a. Now we just need to convert 64 to the power of 4 so that it's in the form b to the power of b. So 64, this is equal to 8 squared, right? So we're going to replace 64 over here with 8 squared. So we're going to have 8 squared to the power of 4. And we're going to use the same property, a to the power of b to the power of c equals a to the power of b times c. So 8 to the power of 2 to the power of 4, this would equal 8 to the power of 2 times 4, which is 8. And we still have x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4. Now we can say that if a to the power of a equals b to the power of v, a equals b, right? So if x to the power of 4 to the x to the power of 4 equals 8 to the power of 8, then we know that x to the power of 4 equals 8. Now we want to cancel this fourth power here, so we're going to take the root of 4 on both sides. Now these two would cancel out, so on our left side we would have x, and our right side we would have equals positive or negative, remember it's plus or minus, the fourth root of 8. And this is our answer. Guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of 4 minus 9 equals 0. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to change x to the power of 4 to x squared to the power of 2. Because remember, an important property of exponents is that we have a to the power of m to the power of n. This is also equal to a to the power of m times n. So what I'm doing is I'm simply reversing this. I'm converting it back to its original form. So x squared to the power of 2 minus, I'm going to change 9 to 3 squared. And this is still equal to 0. Now, an important equation or expression that we have is a squared minus b squared. And a squared minus b squared, if you guys already didn't know, is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So a squared minus b squared can be written as a plus b times a minus b. So as you can see right here, what I've done is I've changed this equation to match it up with a squared minus b squared. A in this case, a is equal to x squared. And b is equal to 3. So we have x squared to the power of 2 minus 3 squared, and this is also equal to a squared minus b squared. So all we have to do is plug in a and b into our expression here, a plus b times a minus b. So a is x squared, so we have x squared plus b is 3 times x squared minus 3. So now this equals 0. And now this gives us two equations. We have x squared plus 3 equals 0, and x squared minus 3 equals 0. So for x squared plus 3 equals 0, we saw this right here, we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. So if we subtract 3 on both sides, we get x squared is equal to negative 3. Now, if we take the square root on both sides, we get x equals positive or negative square root of 3i. So this is actually two solutions because we have positive and negative. Now for x squared minus 3 equals 0, we're going to add 3 on both sides. So we get x squared equals 3. Now if we take the square root on both sides, we get x equals positive or negative 3. So now our four solutions are x equals square root of 3i, x equals negative square root of 3i, x equals square root of 3, and sorry Forgot to put that over here. And x equals negative square root of 3. So these four are our solutions.